This is pure genius by the Toronto Blue Jays, as they have made multiple new signings, including one sneaky signing in particular that is not only very clears throat encouraging, but is way better than fans realize, and is a genius move. We're going to break down that signing and discuss what it means going forward, as well as many other updates, including some interesting notes surrounding the rest of free agency, including Kyle Tucker and Boba, of course. Before we get into it all, if you're a part of the percentage who aren't subscribed to the channel, very quick reminder to hit that subscribe button. You guys have been an absolute beast with the support, and thank you for bearing with the quality, the camera quality, and of course, the mic quality. In the meantime, while I'm on vacation, folks, I'll be back to my normal setup there on Saturday. And folks, let's dive right into it. It might actually be Sunday, I'm back, but let's dive right into it. The Jays have made multiple sneaky signings here, and as we all wait for Kyle Tucker and Bobette to make their decision, the Jays have made some genius signings. Now, you might be looking and watching this video and thinking, why are these genius? They're just minor league moves. Bear with me, and I think you'll understand what I'm talking about a little bit more. But let's dive right into it here. Steve Adams. Yesterday night, the right-hander, or the source rather, the Jays have signed right-hander Josh Winckowski to a 2-year minor league deal. Had an internal brace surgery earlier this month, hoping to pitch in late 2025. And the plan right now is to build him back up as a starter when healthy. So folks, this is interesting. Now, you might have heard, of course, Joshua Counsey, who's a longtime pitcher for the Boston Red Sox. But you can see what the Jays are doing here, and you'll notice a pattern. They are signing a guy to a 2-year deal who plans to miss most of 2026. Now, what does that mean for the Toronto Blue Jays? It means that he's a good depth option, but you can see here a lot of fans were talking good depth option for the Blue Jays. Love them doing the 2-year deals for players rehabbing injuries. And you'll notice a pattern here, but Joshy, let's quickly dive into his stats. Last year, a 3.86 RA. The year before a 4.14 RA, the year before a 2.88 ERA. And this is someone who, again, the reason they signed him to a 2-year deal is because he's going to miss most, if not all, probably just most of he's going to miss a lot of 2026 and the season next year because he's dealing with an injury. But at the same time, he has had some very good years. Even last year, pretty good. 3.86 RA, though his peripherals weren't great. The year before, a 4.14 RA. But this is a guy in 2023, just a couple years ago, put up a 2.88 earned run average in 60 appearances, which means, they have him now for not only next season where he probably won't pitch much, but beyond that in 2027. And if you pair him with Pete Walker and the coaching staff, the pitching staff, this is a high upside, no risk move. And you can see here from Josh the Jays front office with a pair of really intriguing high-upside zero-risk deals today. Not all meaningful transactions get headlines, but these are the types of moves that can really impact the future for very little money. Love it. And we'll dive into the other signing in a minute. But again, they're getting somebody on a minor league deal for 2 years. So they pay him to rehab next season. This is somebody that, because of his injury, wasn't going to get a big minor league deal or a major league deal anyway. And now they have him hopefully for when he's healthy in 2027 and beyond in order to help this team, specifically in 2027. And that's where things get interesting. So let me know down below what your thoughts are on this move. Again, it is a high-upside, zero-risk signing, and one that I truly believe is going to have some, interesting impacts in a couple years. We'll probably talk about, in 2027, when this guy's running up through the system thinking, okay, that was the guy we signed back in 2025, or really the 2025 offseason. Technically now 2026. Happy New Year's to each and every one of you. But it's interesting and it's a genius signing because there's absolutely zero risk, and it's somebody who's had good years in the past. And speaking of signing, there's another one we're going to dive into now because it is quite interesting, and it's another 2-year deal. The Jays and Nick Enright are in agreement on a 2-year minor league deal per Alden Gonzalez. He will rehab from Tommy John surgery next year with hopes to make his return for the 2027 season. Folks, this is yet another pitcher they're signing a 2-year deal to, but it's a minor league contract, the same as Joshki. So, zero risk, but high reward, and this is somebody who last year was a very good reliever, 2.03 RA in 27 games. And this is just somebody who's a very good pitcher. And of course, last year also, I want to give a shout out to him and, for the great season he had, right? Because again, a 2.03 year. I want to give a shout out to Ross Atkins, but also baseball, aside for a second. Nick Enright, also last year, he beat cancer. So an absolutely fantastic human being off the field, a great pitcher on the field. So he managed to beat cancer. Now he has Tommy John. I have full faith he's going to, get through it and really be able to be a great pitcher. But again, he seems like a fantastic human being, and he beat cancer. So shout out to obviously Nick Enright for being a fantastic person on and off the field. And obviously congratulations to him for all the success he's had yet already at the MLB level. I'm excited to see what he does beyond just, next year and beyond, because I think this is somebody the Jays could keep an eye out on long term. By long term, I mean over the next few years, because a very good year last year. He'll rehab, of course, with Tommy John surgery. They're buying him at his, lowest point when it comes to, money, because no team was really willing, at least at this point, to give him a major league contract, because ultimately the Jays gave him a minor league deal. So I'm excited to see, and seems like a pair of really good signings for the Toronto Blue Jays. So let me know down below what your thoughts are on all of that, including, of course, the signing of Nick Enright and Joshua, because if you look ahead now, the bullpen arms, there's not many left. And I've covered this a lot in a few times in videos here, but you look at Sir Anthony Dominguez, Justin Wilson, David Robertson, Danny Cole, like not a lot of these guys are. I mean, Dan Anthony Mings is great. A lot of Jays fans out there are kind of interested in Danny Cole. There's obviously Edu Chan, the lefty. There's Justin Wilson, the lefty. I like Justin Wilson here just because of the fact that he is a lefty that can actually be pretty, dominant at times, especially against lefties. But I mean, this is why these minor league signings are good. Like the Jays got one of the better relievers available in the market, Tyler Rogers. But a lot of these guys are hit and miss, right? And you look at the point now where this bullpen specifically still needs some work. But as we wait for Kyle Tucker to make his decision, and again, the latest reporting, and we'll have probably another video later today or tomorrow, but it seems like according to Robert Murray and others that this is the free agency where the Jays land their big fish. And in case you didn't see this report from, Robert Murray basically said Bo Bett's the priority, but they know that they're interested and they're all in on Kyle Tucker. It's been some rumblings from Jeff Passan in an offseason where Kyle Tucker is projected at least to get $384 million, $38 million a year. Players are expensive, but there seems to be a